Video about unit types, zones of control, stacking, etc. Units are like the ground combat units, right? Ground combat unit has an attack strength, which is the bottom left, artillery strength, anti-tank strength rather, in the middle bottom, and on the bottom right you've got your defense strength. Other types of units are assets. Here you have an armoured asset, which they have silhouettes rather than normal NATO insignia on them. They have a attack value, and they have anti-tank value. There are also infantry assets, which have a type saying what they are. These are Greek. You can tell they're an asset by the fact they've got an infantry silhouette on them. They've also got an attack, anti-tank, and defense. Got garrison units, which only the North Koreans have. Again, they've got an attack, anti-tank, and a defense. Other types of units we've already discussed. The depots. There are units of different strengths, like you've got regimental strengths rather than divisional units. Every combat unit, that's not including assets, garrisons, depots, small miscellaneous units like parachute battalions and Task Force Smith, don't have zones of control, but everyone else has a zone of control that sort of stretches into the 6 hexes surrounding it. It doesn't cross estuaries or sea hexes though. Zones of control affect movement. That you can enter an enemy zone of control, but you must stop movement as soon as you do it. You can't enter an enemy occupied hex. If you want to leave an enemy zone of control, you've got to pay 3 movement points more than the movement points to leave the hex. You can move out of an enemy zone of control and then into another hex and then into another enemy zone of control in the same movement, but you can't move from one zone of control to another zone of control in the same movement term. In terms of stacking, it's pretty basic. You can have a division unit like that one. You can have one of those in a hex, or you can have 3 regimental ones in a hex. You can't stack divisions and regiments, but you can stack assets on top of divisions or on top of regiments. Although you can't exceed a stacking limit, you can pass through friendly units in excess of a stacking limit temporarily, so long as you don't finish overstacked. Another important thing to remember is the units, their front side is their mobile side, where they're available to conduct operations. Once they become exhausted, they're turned over and you've got like a band on them, and that says they're not available for operations. It also reduces their combat abilities. Okay.